Imoru 100 is here. Good to see you. Happy to see you again, Snowmouth. Vividistsky. Sup, so happy you're here in flight. How you doing? So happy you're here. Hi, Klumali. Happy you're here. Elusivities. Ready to play some cards? Yo, Dragon Shuring. How you doing?
I'm not. Whoa, I'm not gonna sit on that page too long. Mainly because I feel like if I stay on that page too long, I'm gonna lose my mind. But hello, everybody. Hello. Hello to Imoru. Hello to Snow. Hello to Klumali. Hello to Elusive. Hello to Shurin. Now, I need to call out specifically Vividist, Potpourri, Beauty, and Arky for managing to all claim the check-in in the same 10th of a second Making me go, I really need to sort out my starting soon thing to basically create a queue for Mari. And Jesus. That was impressive. I apologize for being a little bit late today. It's super muggy, and I wasn't feeling very good mentally at the end of my first stream, so I went to lay down, and basically I stayed in bed the entire time between streams. And then I got to deal with family tomorrow because I didn't realize tomorrow was Easter, but I'm like, okay, but at least the devs for a game that is egg-themed gave us a key. So this is a quote-unquote sponsor stream. I'm not being paid. It's an early access one that you can ask for access to. So I was given a key. I was given a key to a free game. Just to be clear, I was given a key to a free game, but I still have to mark it as sponsored. I have not even launched any of this. Display is fine. Frame limit can be 60. VSync doesn't need to be on. That save. Yeah, auto save's good. Game settings. Oh, we have a narrator. Okay. Hopefully the audio is a good volume. If it's not, let me know. So I'm ready to suffer. And it's gonna be worse because this is the perfect game for y'all to make my life worse on. And that's not why I'm playing it. I wanted to play it regardless of if you could mess with me, but this is gonna be a mess. I'm actually concerned. I'm actually concerned with how this is gonna go. Drone assisted? I'm gonna say no. So because it's Easter, we're an Easter egg.
Hen house. That's unusual. Wait, it's moving. Hey, egg, can you hear me? Jump if you can hear me. You can. But
I can jump.
What are you doing down there? That's not your place. Let's head inside.
So, yeah. Now, if you notice, though, something's wrong with the hen house. It's a bit taller than a hen house. I don't think there's a sprint. I only have this jump ability, and I have this camera angle. But, yeah, so I'm just rolling an egg. That's it, right? Nothing too weird here.
It's cozy here, but it's not quite as it used to be. If you climb to the rooftop, you'll get the idea.
Now this is interesting. I can go down there. Why can't I go over there? Is there anything over there? Is there any reason I would go over there? Because, like, there's clearly a ramp. I noticed it when we were under. It could just be there visually. I guess that's for that chicken, right? Are you angry? You're not angry, so we can just go in here. Got some food Okay. Hello, Silver. Okay.
Wait, some of your jumps seem to launch higher.
Okay, I launch higher
I get it.
based on which
You jump
side,
higher
yeah.
When you hop from your tip. Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. Okay, that's gonna be hard.
Right tip, I mean the pointy end. Like the head of the egg. You're not much of a talker, are you? That's fine.
No, let me... There we go. This, I can already tell this is gonna be hell. It begins. Oh no, wait. 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 Wait, where? Wait. Oh, God. So I'm gonna go that way, go here, go over there, go back down, go up that platform, go over here, and then go up. Jesus. Okay, this is This is gonna suck, but yeah, this is a getting over it game. So for anybody who remembers Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, that's what this is. Okay, that's a slope. And we are in tutorial area. Okay. Got it.
I'm glad you've decided to give the climb a go, Egg. Don't get me wrong, if this place feels like home, that's great. But you? I think you belong somewhere else.
What does that say? IPL 4815162 S fancy symbol 2? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh. Oh, this is rude. Can I even jump that far? Don't stare at me. Can I even jump that far? They said there was tips. There was a side flip. What are you? If you jump while stationary, you can change the direction your egg is facing. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm very cautious about this jump. Ho 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 ho! Ho! We made it. Come on. Come on. Oh. No!
Oof, that was ugly. You'll do better next time.
Ah! No! No! We're back to square one. Ah! Dang it. Let me over! Come on. Come on! No! It's the jumps that need me to time it right that are proving very difficult. Come on! And this isn't even with you guys screwing with me. There we go. Jesus. Why is that spot so difficult? God. Oh. Okay. Okay, okay. No! Ah! There's no, like, break. It's just momentum, and it... Watercolor kind of just makes the edges hazy, more than anything. It's never been that, powerful, I would say. There are certain games where it does a lot, but Some are really funny. I know Chicory was kind of a funny one, because like, yeah, nope, it made watercolor, good job. Hey, Corey. Okay, we're back here. We're back here.
Clue just gifted 10 packs to the community.
Thank you so much, Clue. Ow. I'm so angry right now. I'm so angry right now. Oh. Okay. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I'm okay. I'm okay. Ooh. Ah! I keep overcorrecting there. Okay. Go. Go. Ooh. Nope. 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 There we go. Actually, Clue, that color would be very hot. Red, yellow, and white are hot. When it comes to thermal. Oh yeah, right there, yeah. Right there, it's pretty cold. Oh, we're just gonna do everything. He was like, here's some cards. Everybody's like, here's all of them. Have them back. Oh. No!
So close. Oh, are you okay? Oh. Your shell just cracked.
I saw a thing in here.
See your insides. Okay, it's fixed. That's a relief. I was worried you might start leaking.
What is... Huh. I saw that and I wanted to know what it was. Oh, we got a little bandage on it. Look at that. Look at that. There's a little... Oh, wait. Oh, hitting that stamped me with #1 egg. Oh, that's great. So wait, I think that stamp I did see earlier. Okay, so there's hidden stamps around that I can collect is what it is. So that one that I saw up there was supposed to do something. I just need to hit it probably a little bit harder. Okay, that's cute. No! There we go. right, Clue? No. Don't, no. Oh! No! Ah! God, it's brutal. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that one actually worked really well here. Oh, it's the... Okay, I was thinking that was realism. No, that's vintage. Vintage looks great. Honestly, the new vintage I set up, I feel like is a lot better. Like, it still has some color in it, but I think it has more charm to it. I would like to I hate that spot! I would like to eventually add, like, a film grain to it, but last time I did a film grain, it got really, it caused my system to lag every time it ran, so... It got removed. If I can find a better way to do it, I will, but... There's gonna be a lot of card changes, removals, rotations, things like that. Which, as a reminder, I still haven't removed them entirely, but the delete me, thing on Streamloots is still very much a thing. If you have cards in that collection that says delete these, please do delete them. It helps me on Streamloots' little promotion thing for cards and interactions. I can delete them and give you the points manually, but it's better if you kind of manually do it yourself. Whoa! Okay. We're fine. Okay, and then this should get me to the stamp that was up here. I always find this view funny because it adds those bars to the side, and probably most of y'all don't know why I add those bars to the side. But it's because it's actually the dimensions of the original. See, I don't have a stamp from this one. And now I have the stamp. So that board caught me and put me here. There we go.
Ooh.
No!
Don't allow frustration to take control. You can do it, Egg.
You can do it, Egg. Let me up! Oh my god. I just want to be clear. This game is not kind. Okay. I'm cracked! So does that just fade, or I want to see what happens if I just sit here? Yeah, okay, so the cracks just heal, so that's good. I was wondering how that was gonna be exactly done. Because the narrator had mentioned getting better. But yeah, this felt like the perfect game to play today or tomorrow, right? Oh yeah, that's 100% what it's inspired by Mask. You are not wrong. But when I saw this one felt like it was. This is one of those things. Getting Over with Bennett Foddy is what I would call a shitpost game. Where it's not expected to do well, but it gets super popular. This is one where I think they've put in the effort. Like they've taken the shitpost that other one was, made it into their own thing, and put in a lot of work and effort to it. And I sadly don't think this one will get the same love because people are just gonna compare it to Bennett Foddy's all the time, which it is a Foddy-like. I'm gonna call it a Foddy-like or a Getting Over It-like. But I think people really need to kind of see these games for what they are on their own. And this one kind of came off as they put in a lot of work here. Because quality-wise, like I've seen a handful of Foddy-likes, right? I've seen quite a few. This one really appears to have a lot of care, polish. Like I'm already feeling polish and I'm barely in this, right? No! Oh. Yeah. It's a climbing game. It's an only up minus the NFT grip type of thing, right? Like that's important. There we go. But like I've been staring at the same challenge for a while now. Uh-oh.
Elusivities just gifted 5 packs to the community.
Ow. Thank you, Elusive. Okay. Just roll calmly there. Oh. Oh. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay, we're back here finally. We are just behind the record. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay. Nope. Stop. Whew. New record! Ooh, that card was really slow to flip over. I'm a little worried about that.
You know,
Oh!
it takes a lot to say goodbye to your nest, but it often ends the same. Chicken out and do nothing.
We got a giant wish list sticker now. Okay. Oh no. You are not gonna make me seesaw. Oh. Okay. Oh. Hey, Rat King. I remember that. I do remember that post. My life is not eventful enough for me to have forgotten a thing from like a week ago. But hello and welcome. Welcome to my suffering. Welcome to me being bad at games. Where am I going from here? No. No. They want me to go on to... Oh, no. Okay. Nope. Okay. At least they gave me a kind of a landing thing for when I flubbed the jump, right? Okay. 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 No!
No, no!
No!
Cannot end like this. Please don't leave me, Egg. Wait, you're back. How?
Oh
This
no.
lot has changed. But
My
that's
stamps!
great. That's great. Let's keep going. You will love the view from
Oh, I bet there's an achievement for like reaching the top with all the stamps. That'd be cool. No! There we go. I'm getting better at knowing when to jump. Better, mind you. Like, I'm aware of now when I'm supposed to jump on this. Hee hee. Okay. Okay. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. No! We're okay. We're okay. We only lost a little bit. I say that. We lost most of it. Oh, God. I do find my afternoon streams tend to be games that are much better suited for Streamloots cards. Or, on the flip side, not suited for it at all. Car says they're either like perfectly suited or the... Oh, okay. Nope. I think the catch with my Streamloots cards, if other people were to be doing this, which I think there might be one other person doing this, kind of, that I didn't tell, but it's a very limited group of people that have their games as interactive as mine are on stream, right? I feel like there's an easy out for these, and the easy out is just to not move when the card plays. It's like, no, 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 no. We keep playing. We keep going, and we deal with the problems that you cause, because that's the fun of it, right? Keep going. Keep pushing. Ow! Hey, S Games, how's it going? Whoop. Whoop. Hey, that was perfect. Ah. We're trying to speedrun now. Not quite Easter here yet, but happy Easter. Okay.
Elucidities wants to see how well you can play one-handed. Time to lose control.
Congratulations, Elusive, it put me outside. That's how well I can play this game one-handed. It immediately made me screw up and end up outside. Adjusting the camera is very difficult playing one-handed, like, very. Up. Up. Get it! Hey, we made it back in. Go. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Well, that, I just want to say, that sucked, and it was rude, and you should feel guilty. Hup, nope. Hup, nope. Nope. You gotta jump actually before the tip is there, which I think is what's been screwing me up. I have to do that jump before the tip. Like, before the tip rolls, so... Whoop, there we go. That's how you get the high jump. And that's like, when it says jump when the tip is down, it's no, jump right before the tip touches is what it means. Go, 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 go. Woo! Okay. Back up to this part.
Ah!
Now!
This fall won't defeat us. Come on.
Thank you, Eastern European accent person. I appreciate you. Thank you for being encouraging. Nope. It's like I have a tiny Zloy on my shoulder cheering me on. Okay. Ha. I'm okay. I'm not losing my mind already. It hasn't only been 30 minutes of me playing this game for me to be losing my mind already. It's fine. I'm not bad at these type of games, and I didn't choose this knowing it would be a struggle. Deep breaths! Har har! The problem is the more you play, the more impatient you get. And I feel like that's the real killer in this, is just impatience, right? Because like I can go and go and go, but I'm gonna slowly. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's been out long enough, and it's Unity. So once you understand Unity physics, you can really, if you can wedge into the right spot, like even like something like this, right, it can launch you pretty far. So I'm sure there is a way. The problem, though, is I guess even if you manage to find like a glitch like that, like even if somebody did manage to find the glitch, right? The catch would be you have to have some way that the momentum of the egg wouldn't crack. And I don't think there is a way, so I don't think even if they did find a physics glitch that they'd be able to exploit it. Which is the fun part. Because there is fall damage, right? Unless there is a like glitch that like if you time pressing jump right as you're about to hit the ground, it negates it, which is possible. I don't think that would work. Which is kind of the fun thing. And thankfully we're only in like an early access. The game is not, this is not the full game, so. Whoa! No! No. Yeah. Oh, and Rat King, just because you said I hardly ever play Minecraft in the post. I played Minecraft this morning. Nah. Just being sarcastic. No!
Oof.
No!
Take your time and let's try again, Egg.
Ah. Whoo! Whoo, double crack. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Nope. I also like that apparently in the actual game it's not Easter themed, but they did it for the early access, to my understanding. So, or like the playtest that they're doing. Which is not only a great way to identify people who are in the playtest, it's also just a fun theming to do for the season. Right? Wah! No! Oh yeah, no, I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. Which is probably accurate, Rat. Probably accurate. I just think it's funny. Like, I'm really, really bad. I had talked about this on a separate post, but my only experience actually being at all trying to survive in Minecraft, or especially in any competitive environment, was a charity event that MC Kupo was a part of back in, it's been like 13 years probably. This is, so we're going way back. Like it's been, I think, 13 years. Back when my channel was small, whatever. MC Kupo was part of the Voxelbox, which you may know as heavily working with the Yogscast for a while. They kind of disappeared, but basically Voxelbox, Yogscast, lots of team up stuff was happening. Voxelbox had a really, really amazing creative world. They were one of the bigger ones back then.
Don't give up, Egg.
But I was part of a little charity event, right? And I met some great friends there that I still hang out with. Kupo's kind of disappeared from the internet. I hope she's doing well. But she did a lot of like custom builds for special events and things like that. But she invited me to do this event with her and a couple others, and I died very quickly. Like I died within 5 minutes of the event starting, and it went on for 45 minutes. So, yeah, it didn't go well for me. I died within the first 5 minutes. I fell through a 1x1 hole and got
Oh no. Egg, please tell me that you can still regenerate.
Oh, we're down here again.
Egg? Are you there?
But yeah, no, I fell through a 1x1 hole.
Panic.
And immediately was surrounded by 3 creepers. Died, and that was it. And it's just like, well, that's my life. But yeah, my Twitch streams vary so much, the games I stream. So it's very hard to, like, cement things in is, oh, like it's like I'm a variety streamer. I stream 10 times a week. Sometimes 10 games a week. So it's very hard to kind of narrow things down. But most of my Minecraft stuff that I do is armor stands, so. I'm in kind of that same boat as Cleo, but Cleo does more combat than I do, so. Woo! Surviving is not my thing. My ability to survive is find a village, hope they have potatoes of all things, and watch them grow and survive in that village, and do not leave the village until I have food. Why can't it make that jump anymore?
This foal want to feed us. Come on.
Yeah, I have arbitrary rules for how I will play Minecraft, like limitations, but I feel like my Minecraft server, a lot of people here are that are in chat are on my Minecraft server or have seen this. I'm very specific with how I play and what rules I set in. I don't like keep inventory being on, but I do think there should be grave markers, rather than the 5-minute despawn time. Or at least that should be an official, like, thing that can be done. I would love if the game officially added grave markers that if you don't, like, collect them for, say, an hour, that it will disappear rather than the 5 minutes. Like, maybe you could set the despawn timer on the death spot rather than anything. And I think that would be a better way to go about it. But I do think the 5-minute thing is a bit harsh and should be modifiable in the built-in game settings. But I play Minecraft to build and create, right? And I think Minecraft, especially from a content creator standpoint, has to be played very, very differently. And that's kind of thing. I think it needs to be played very, very differently when you're a creator rather than just somebody casually playing it. Like, when you're casually playing it, the resource grind doesn't feel as bad, but when you're somebody who creates videos of it, the amount of time it takes to do a lot of the tasks can be really, really daunting. Like, oh, I need to collect all this iron. It's like, iron farms technically shouldn't be a thing in Minecraft, right? They're exploiting what I would say is a bug, the way iron farms work. But they're a thing, right? So the way I handled it is I made iron farms a bit easier to deal with. Like, getting iron is now easier. Getting copper is a trade on our server with villagers, right? Like, trades don't run out on the villagers. You can infinitely trade with them because the only thing you're doing is you're sitting there waiting, right? You're not creating something. You're not able to have, oh, it's yellow this time. You're not doing things that are fun, right? You're just waiting, and that ruins, I feel, the experience for viewers. It creates more of a grind for the creators that encourages that kind of old mindset that a lot of people had where people would cheat in items, right? When they were making videos, because it was just like, it took too much time. And... No!
Ooh,
Oh, God!
so close.
That jump. Yeah, that's the big thing. I feel like the mega builds, people don't quite understand. Even when it's your full-time job, it's boring to do. Right? Like, making those mega structures is boring to do. And I think that's kind of one of those things. And you've got to do the resource collecting, and some of that can be stepping away. And it's just like, I've added data packs and things to make it easier. The only real mod that I would say that affects quote-unquote gameplay that we have on my server is we have copper hoppers. Copper hoppers have item filters built into them. So you don't have to build a massive redstone contraption. We have a data pack that's that is bonsai pots. So you can just put a tree in and deal with that, right? You don't have... Took that eggshell with me. You don't have to keep harvesting trees. You got the tree cut down. You got diamond tools for it. You can have the bonsai pot. Like, it's fine. It can be passive. And I think that's kind of the big thing is... just letting certain things build up and allowing you to build, even though you're still building with survival, I think is more fun. Obviously, everybody has their own reasons for playing, but I don't play to play survival. I don't play to go and fight these bosses. I want to build, and I want to encourage people on my server to be building and creating and making these cool things, right? And I think that's kind of the big thing is Minecraft as it stands, survival isn't really balanced for creative. And then a lot of things are a lot harder to make than they should be. Like one of the recipes I added in, and that I'm a big fan of, is bamboo to string. Because why is string only available either from cobwebs or from spiders? Like,
Ooh,
I hate that jump!
success depends on effort, Egg.
And it's like,
Don't
well,
give
and like
up.
I've had this conversation with people, and I always find it funny because people are like, it's not cheating, it's in the game. F3. F3 is cheating. It's publicly accepted cheating, but it's still cheating. It's not an intended game mechanic. It's a bug reporting tool, right? Yeah, I have wool to string and bamboo to string, because bamboo string is a real thing, and it should be a thing. And I don't know why it's not in the game, and that would be the perfect balance to their peaceful mode, right? But it's just having those little things that make the game more accessible, I think is so important. And getting the balancing right on different things is important. We've also got like blocks that are kind of unattainable. We have crafting recipes for them, and we've made them breakable. Like, they're not impossible objects anymore. Because I want people to enjoy playing the game. And grinding for hours isn't enjoyable to me. And I'm not going to force people into that same spot, right? Like, why? Why should I be struggling? I would like to make this jump. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I've made this jump, but I would like to make it across that bridge. There. Okay. I wondered if it made a different sound.
See the
New
camera
territory.
over there? Looks like a shortcut. One precise jump and you'll be on the roof in no time. What do you think?
I think you're full of shit.
I see. You want to do things your own way. I get that.
Well, okay, so, yeah, I see what he's saying. He's saying jump out of that can and then you can roll up that hill. Which would lead to that one. But that shortcut... I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's lying. But I think that's I would have to jump from there, get on top, and I'm already struggling with it. And if I miss, I'm all the way down at the bottom. I am amazed I made that. I love the #1 hen spot. Oh! Oh! No! No! Well, we're not the #1 egg now. We lost our stamp. No! God. This is so cruel. Nope. Oh. There. Wow, that just... I landed perfectly and it cracked my shell. Whoop, 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 whoop. Which I guess maybe I was expected to crack my shell there more often. Because that's a very safe spot to break the shell, right? So maybe I was intended to crack my shell there earlier and I never did. Okay. No! Oh, another of my favorite mods talking about making things pretty, Rat King. I'm assuming you know about light blocks in Minecraft, like light blocks themselves, where they have light levels assigned to the block. They're a creative thing. We have those on my server as a craftable item. Like, you can just make them and craft them, and like, you can light up your builds without torches or light sources and spots! And it's really fun to be able to, like, actually light things in an interesting way. But my favorite use for it, a lot of people have seen, is I use them to trim back vines instead of string, because you can still see string. You can't see light level 0, or well, light level 1 blocks. They don't actually emit light. So I use them to place under string or under vines, because the vines can't grow through it. Yeah, I'm having some PC issue because I've dropped 26 frames this stream. And I have really got to sort that out, so that is probably going to be what I do, since I'm not streaming in the morning tomorrow. I'll probably work on that and figure out what's going on. My PC has been struggling lately. Yeah, being able to shear them back would definitely be a good option, and it's weird that we can't. Like, when they added it to the glowberries, they should have added it to the regular vines. But I think it might be because the tool you're intended to break them with is also the shears. They didn't want people accidentally doing it. That'd be my guess, but I don't know. I don't know! As a reminder to everybody, just because I try to do this every once in a while to let people know if they don't know, if you want to make sure your view's counting and you've been lurking for a while, try collecting the little channel point chest below the stream, or you still have 10 minutes of no pre-roll, so you are easily able to refresh the stream if you're not subbed without getting that annoying pre-roll ad. We do not run ads to interrupt. We don't run auto ads or anything like that, so you're never going to be interrupted from the stream while it's going, but we do not, we try to run ads when we go on breaks manually in order to make things more available. But just redeeming that little green channel point chest will make sure your view continues to count. Or you can redeem a silly thing like Join the Herd, which puts a little paw print on the screen, which have been drawn by all of y'all. So. Oh, no! I'm getting impatient. Which is what this game feeds on, right? This game feeds on that. Its entire purpose is to do that. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. Board. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I wondered if that would work. I like that there's a chunk of broken... What happened for the did the Battle Royale bug again? We have not had that happen in a long time. What? Did it only drop one of you? I think this is because I didn't reopen it. Like, normally I close that between streams. I left it open, so I think it just broke over time. Okay, now you're all on the wrong layer. Manually run it. There we go. Hey! Hello, Raiders. Hello. I'm an egg. How's it going? Hello, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was what Mario ROM hack were you playing today?
Hang in there, everybody.
My assumption will always be Minecraft. I'm dealing with some weird frame rate issues today, so I do apologize if things look a little choppy. I'm unsure what's going on, but my OBS has decided it is slower today. Actually, I may have a guess. But hello, 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 hello. My name is Cameron JK. My pronouns are they, them. I am apparently in my Kanishmas outfit. Oh, aliens friend. Hey, listen. I'm not wrong in what I said. I am not wrong in what I said. Okay, you're back on all processors, so that's not it. I don't know. I don't know why this is running poorly. Okay then. My name is Cameron JK. No, it's not Twitch. It's my OBS. My OBS is actually having issues. We're currently playing a game called Egging On. It is a Foddy-like. I'm calling it a Foddy-like. In which you play as an egg. And it's brutal, and I'm horrible at it. But that's the fun. I focus on doing very interactive streams, so you may start seeing things go on that are not part of the actual game. No! Oh, there's a board here? Oh, good to know. That is not part of the game, such as my game changing colors, going upside down, things like that, so it is something to be aware of. That is chat doing that via Streamloots. You will see links from Mari every time that happens. Go. No! I've made it a bit further than this. This game is currently in private access. Which you can apply for. I was given a key, so mine is a sponsored stream.
Oof.
But I am suffering.
Was that unpleasant?
Yeah, I was given the key a couple days ago, and I had entirely forgot that Easter was this weekend until I got the key. I'm like, oh. No! You can see where I've died before. They leave your corpses on the ground when you die. You can take them with you if you're skilled. But it is a very game. It is a very, I would say, fitting game for today. Or tomorrow, whichever one, but oh god. Yeah, so you can take damage if you fall too far. The cracks will heal over time if you don't crack all the way, but if you crack all the way, you become a yoke, and you actually have to exist as the yoke for a little bit. And then, so like if I jump right here, I think. Oh, I actually nailed the jump. If you fall too far, you'll get a crack. If you fall really far, you'll split in two, and you'll be the yoke, which can cause you to slip through cracks and fall further down. But you can wait it out and heal. But it's not quick. Come on. You jump higher when the point is about to touch down. There we go. There we go. Let's get our wish list stamp back. I love that you can get stamps. There's actually 3 that I found so far, but the one is under the coop, and I don't feel like getting that every time. Let's go up here. Tilt this way. Wait, is there a thing over here as well, or is that a wrong way? I'm just noticing I can go over to where the chickens are. There's a board there that I can reach, and then there's that board there, but they don't appear to go anywhere. Okay. Oh, no! Oh! Oh, okay. Now the game told me I can shortcut if I land on that can. That might be true, Clue. They might be save notes. I can jump onto that can and get up there. I don't have any faith in myself to do so. No!
Ah,
See, I'm cracked.
So close.
But if you watch, I'll see now the cracks are gone. There we go. This is the jump I have died from. Just to be clear. Yeah. Well, it depends. Like, there's no punishment for it. Though, I say no punishment. You do lose all your stamps. Which is a bit of a shame. So, if you crack all the way, you'll lose the stamps. Oh no. There we go. And then, so if you wanted to, I'm assuming there's gonna be an achievement for like reaching the top, like in the full game, there's probably gonna be an achievement for reaching the top with all stamps or something. You're talking about I Am Bread. I Am Bread is definitely a good one. I Am Bread, its sequel, I Am Fish, is all... I find its sequel to be more fun. No! So that's what happens when your shell cracks.
No guts, no glory. Or no yolk, no glory?
But yeah, I Am Bread was a decent game, and I think it did start a lot of silly platformer stuff that's out there. No, the more damage you take, the longer it takes to regenerate. So the harder the hit, the more time. So like a long fall is more likely to be a longer fall, I think is the case. So small cracks heal pretty quick. Medium cracks, take a bit longer, and then cracking all the way through takes quite a while.
Ah! This hen house is giving you a hard
See, like, this
time,
isn't gonna take long at all.
isn't it?
There, I'm repaired. So yeah, they just do a bigger punishment, I think, the more you get hurt, to basically make small damage like, oh, careful, and then big damage like, yeah, screw you. Like, okay. Go there. I wonder what kind of world exists outside the fence outside. Like, what is the skybox? Do we have a town out there? Is it empty? Is it infinite hen houses that go on forever? What kind of world are we in? Hey, VJ. That'd be kind of cool if it was just like a repeating version of the hen house all over. To kind of basically imply that everybody playing the game is all of the hen houses. You wouldn't actually see anything going on, like it doesn't need to be online, but just the vibe is like, yeah, no, you're all playing in an infinitely generating world of every player playing the game. Exactly, Rat. Go! No! No. No. There we go. The timing for that jumping, that bit of jumping, is not friendly. Hey. Got it. But yeah, I think more than I Am Bread, it's probably like I Am Fish, right? Because I Am Fish is a platforming game where you're taking over, where you start out as a fish in a fishbowl and you're rolling the fishbowl around. You eventually get out of it, and then you have other things, but you regularly go back to a fishbowl mechanic, and the fishbowl has one floppy side, and then you've got to deal with the water physics inside, which is what I'm kind of dealing with here. Is egg physics.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, I'm down here again. May as well get our fancy stamp.
Success depends on effort, Egg. Don't give up yet.
I like that that one is always a gold stamp. Go. And go. Okay. Okay.
It's in our moments of decision that destiny is shaped.
Is it? Is it, Jack? I'm going hardcore focus mode. Yeah, physics and I do not get along. This is recorded. This is a very known thing. Cameron breaks every game kinda situation. Ah! Speaking of fishbowls, this is what I meant for anybody who came by in the raid about my game looking weird and chat having power over it. Yeah. I can't tell how far away it is! My depth perception is scrambled. This is no yoke. I'm not chicken, I swear. I wasn't trying to be cocky. Thank you, Crystal. I try. Outside of people who have legitimate, like, interactive streams where, like, it's actually a game.
Ah, so close.
I think I... Why?
Can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Sorry, I had to.
Oh my god. But, like, when it comes to interactive streams, the only ones I've seen that are more interactive than mine are ones that... I assume that was it, Crystal, but I actually was very unexpecting of that. But no, I see a lot of interactive streams, but they're ones that were like, it's a game designer and the overlay is a game, right? Or they're actually in a game engine. And I think for not being in a game engine, I have the most interactive stream. Now, I'm going to switch over into probably a half game engine, where it's like a program that's built, it's meant to basically be a streamer game engine, right? Like I want to do stuff with motion, and that is my plan. But even then, I'm still gonna push that to its limits beyond what I've seen anyone else do. So, hopefully, I will still qualify as one of, if not the most interactive stream! Breathe. Woo! Woo! Rockadoo, sunny day. Okay. Sun's coming up without it. Chanticleer, Chanticleer. Got it. Panic. All the panic, all the panic, all the panic. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I did panic quote Rockadoodle. I did in fact panic quote Rockadoodle. Loop it, swoop it, pull. Uncle Ducky.
Success depends on effort, Egg. Don't give up yet.
No. Okay. As long as I go off to the left there, I'm okay, because I'll hit the little, like, broken board. Oh! Ha! That broken board's probably attached, like, the other half of this one that I'm using as a seesaw. Granted, there's broken boards all over, but it feels like those two are connected. I lost frames right there! Yeah, that was OBS lagging out. OBS lagged out again. Something is going on, and I hope my my CPU isn't dying, because that's what it's starting to feel like. Well, because the issues, like, I have issues specifically in Minecraft. I have which is CPU based, not GPU based. So I have this issue specifically in Minecraft. I have issues with OBS, which is supposed to be using GPU, but it has to use CPU for certain things, and I think that might be part of it. And I think that's what's going on. I'm not 100%. I could be entirely wrong. But it feels like that's what's going on. Because the GPU is fairly new. I wasn't supposed to jump there! Yeah, it's probably worth looking. I just really don't want to look. I also don't have new thermal paste right now, so I'd have to get more thermal paste before I check that, because if I don't have thermal paste and I check that, then my PCU's out of commission until I get thermal paste. So... yeah. Woo! Ah! I will say this, I've never, like, with this game, this is kind of the thing versus something like Bennett Foddy's or a lot of these other games. Speaking of, there's one game that came out recently called The Only Way Is Down, that I was going to play, that they gave me a key for, but between the time of me claiming the key and me about to stream it, which was yesterday that I was about to stream it, they added AI-generated achievements to their game for the images. So I will not be playing that, and I will be taking a strike on my account for that, with where I get the keys from. But yeah, the game was AI free because I was wary of it when I saw it. I'm like, this looks like this might have AI, and it didn't. And then they added it, and I'm like, what the hell? I accepted this key before you had AI in your game, and then you've added the achievements. So that pissed me off. No! Wow, I was like, can I save this? No. The answer was no, I could not. But yeah, that really put me off. Okay. Nope. There. This is the worst jump for me, is this one specifically. And I know they're gonna get worse. Have a good one, Crystal. Thank you again for the raid. I do appreciate it. There. Okay. Oh, okay. I hate that jump because it's not the path of it, it's the landing. The landing is very tight. Whoa. You always want to overcorrect in this game. That's the problem. Like, I'm always overcorrecting. And then it's got this weird jump.
Ah. You'll do better next time.
You say that, but I'm gonna end up doing worse just to spite you. And I want you to know that. The Eastern European god, I am going to do worse to spite you. I'm actually gonna go for this. I'm gonna try. Nope. Did not make. What happens if I'm in the side? Okay, it pushes me out. Okay. Trying again to get back up to the spot where I've died 30 times. Died might be a stretch, where I've failed 30 times. But no, I am very firm in my stance of if your game uses AI in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. that I will not touch it. I will stop playing it immediately. I will let everybody know if your game adds it in. I will not be touching your title, anything like that. Oof, that doesn't surprise me, Amaru. I have fallen outside while reading your message. Does this break me immediately? So I want to see this. So we were talking about the nails. Is a nail an instant death? Like if I bounce myself onto this nail. No. Okay. I'm just... Wait a minute. Oh my god, the yoke is animating the entire time? Are you serious? Okay, that's really cool. For anybody who doesn't understand, that's basically like animating the brain inside of a player character. It's not something you need to see. You would normally call this out, but that yoke is dealing with physics the entire time. There was a setting. Is this good? I thought clear shells might have been elsewhere. I'm assuming that gets rid of them that are on the ground at any time. But that's neat. It's unnecessary, but it is neat. Yeah, I think that's why it rocks back and forth, Mask. Like, I think that is 100%. Part of it is the physics are affected by the yoke's weight. So this is a very accurate egg roll. Except not an egg roll. You know what I mean. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, so they actually made a reference. The very first thing that they had in this game, they had they made a comment on was, huh, why is the hen house growing? It's like, what? I could move that the whole time? Ha! Cool. I mean, I knew it wiggled. I thought it was still, like, stuck there. I thought it was, like, pinned in position. But apparently, yeah, it had like, full-on its own physics. To actually be dislodged. Like, I figured they kind of just attached it to a point, but gave it some give. But no, they... Though I will say, that might be why I'm getting occasional lag spikes from this game, because things have physics that don't need it. Like, ideally, that thing should lock its physics now that it is a certain range away from me, and I haven't bumped it in so long, but something tells me it has active detection physics the entire time. Same with all the shells and all that. I have a feeling that they are still trying to detect physics even though nothing is interacting with them, which you would want to turn off if you can, like on a cooldown, so it's not detecting anymore. Unless it gets touched. Because otherwise... Which is probably part of why they have the clear shells, the clear shell said, "Hey, chameleon! We're dealing with eggs. Eggs. Eggs, 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 eggs. Ah! Hello? Hello? I'm suffering. I hope your stream went well. I did know what you were playing and I've forgotten. Ooh, blurry. But chat is bullying. Thief. Itchy. Ugh. Oh god, I gotta sneeze. So, this game, just as a quick rundown,
Oof.
is getting over it,
This isn't the place for you.
but as an egg. And it's very difficult. And we just learned that the yoke is constantly inside this actually moving and affecting my physics, and it's being a dick. Like, it's not just rolling like a wooden egg. Nope, the yoke is active. Which is a level of detail I don't think any of us expected. The yolk exists when I crack the shell and I fall, but I did not expect it to exist perpetually. And then all my deaths you can see shattered around the field. I hope your stream went well. Oh god. No! No!
You did it again.
I did. It's a really impressive way to go about this. And I love the whole healing mechanic and it, like, yeah, you broke too much, you can't actually progress now, but you might slip through tiny cracks. Yeah, I don't trust the narrator. The narrator, ever since we ignored his advice to take a shortcut, has not been pleased with us. Okay. No. Nope. Nope. I don't know. Maybe we just hatch at the end. Maybe we just hatch at the end. Whew! I like that they're all yellow now. Like, I didn't get green the first time. Overcorrected. Go, go, go. I keep put that at a horrible angle. I keep seeing this as a chess piece. Like, I'm aware it's not, but I keep seeing it as a chess piece. Whenever I approach it from the one side. Ugh, there we go. Okay, we made it back up. Whew. Line ourselves up. Miss entirely. Great. Okay, okay. But yeah, the narrator's been sassy ever since I said, I'm not gonna jump on that. Because that does look like the easier path, because it's there to there, and then goes up, and it goes over. Like, that's a fantastic route. But I don't... I want to make this jump, but it's not easy. Oh, 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 no! See, this is what I mean.
This hen house is giving you a hard time, isn't it?
You know, I'm gonna do something really quick. Let me go into my settings. Now this is because my OBS is being weird. I'm going to change my bitrate. I don't like doing this, but I'm gonna drop my bitrate back down to normal means. Just to see if that helps my OBS a little bit, because we dropped 47 frames a stream, which isn't horrible, but it is 47 more frames than I would have liked to drop during the stream, so. I like how I say that and I immediately drop one more frame. No, 2 more frames, sorry, I can math. But that could have been it changing. So, hopefully that addresses some of it, I don't know. Maybe I just need to unplug my computer, take it outside, and, like, clean it out. I'm sure it would appreciate it. I've got motorized air thing. What? No! I wish the shell's randomized. I don't blame them for not being randomized, as it is a joke of a thing for having the like color on it, but I wish the shell pattern was like randomized, or would be in like different positions on the egg. Like just use one texture but move it around. Cause like they're clearly using it for the stamps. The stamps can be in different spots. So like give me the stamp component, but use it by like just moving a giant texture of this around, so that way I can get different like different shell patterns instead of the same one every time. I wonder if the final release of the game will have like different egg skins. Like different ways that you can have your egg look. Like, oh, do you want to be a brown egg? A white egg? An egg that fell in the grass? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go. Go. Ugh. He's so brutal. Hey, Hazy, how's it going? No. There we go. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I do that all the time, Rat, with like different noise in games. Some of them are like way too good of an audio quality to be in headphones, and you just hear something go, was that real or in game? Was that real or in game? Like, and you just go back and forth for a while, go, I don't know. And then you gotta wait till you hear more without the headphones on. You go, Not a lot of audio that'll be that clear, but it's kind of like the, what was it? The banging, like, FBI open up one is a really good quality, like, audio bit. Or I'm not a big fan of the one of, like, somebody banging on a window. That sound, I hate that one. Because that one's a really good one, and it happens to be on the same side that the one window in my current room is in. So it's also like getting me that way. But it's kind of like, I have like the creeper sound effect, right? The creeper sound effect I designed to start on one side and then move to the center. Because that's typically how you would hear a creeper. You'd hear it from the side and then it would be almost right behind you.
Ooh.
Ow.
Don't give up, Egg.
So that's kind of that situation of, like how much do you really like, how much work do you put into that audio quality? Up we go. There was, so Rad, just related to that, there was so many, like, trans-related things I was thinking of putting in the title for this, or in the live alert. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stick to the fact that it's Easter. But I could have done so many, trust me. I was, like, going, like, how many egg jokes? How many egg jokes can I make? It's like, no, 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 no. As much as Game Grumps do have their problems, I just, whenever I hear egg, I'm reminded of a moment of commentary from Aaron about the comments are gonna be weird, and talk about how Aaron calling Aaron an egg because he always designs a girl in games and what he'd look like if he were a girl, kind of stuff. And Dan's comment of, that's a really weird thing to assume about people you don't know. Like, just for people to go egg, it's like, oh yeah, I love being I love being decided, like, I love being assigned things by people who don't know me at all. Like, yeah, no, that's a fair comment on it. It's like, yeah, no, don't assign somebody else an egg if you don't know them. Is rude. But it was just one of those, like, yeah, no, that's a good comment on it. For those who don't know, who may be confused by the statement, egg is a term that is typically used for somebody whose identity has yet to hatch. Who've yet to kind of realize who they are, but other people have realized who they are before them. So egg is usually assigned to that. You can think it, but don't say it. It's one of those things. You can think it, but don't say it out loud about other people. Like, don't have those conversations about people who are not involved in said conversations type thing. Right, because it's all about respect in the end. See, in this flip situation, right? Like, I always found that femme presenting character designs were just more interesting. Like, I found them more interesting, so I always just chose femme characters. I also found that they tended to be, in like certain games, they tended to be faster instead of stronger, and my view was I'd rather get a lot of weaker hits in than like slow, heavy hits. Which is funny because I tend to play the opposite now in gameplay styles, but usually gameplay styles aren't restricted to body types anymore. Now, I am... The definition of my stance on gender is not as black and white as I am not a man or a woman when I say I'm non-binary. It is more of a stance of I don't think gender serves any purpose, and I do not identify with any of the preconceived notions of any gender, so it is not so much a non-binary. I view myself as no gender, but I go with non-binary because that makes more sense publicly. It's kind of like saying, it's kind of like summarizing, while like different sexualities, and there is like differences between, say, pansexual, omnisexual, things like that. They're all versions of bisexual, and bisexual is a lot easier conversation to have with people than it is to start explaining more complicated concepts and more nuanced things, right? Like, I fall under the category of gender abolition. Or gender abolitionist, which is that nothing should be gendered, and there's no specific reason for this. I think if we do like sports, it can be by weight classes, things like that, if we have to differentiate. But I think there is work that goes into all of it in its own way. I don't believe like dividing things by gender helps things, right? And that's kind of the thing, is like going to try and explain these concepts. Like, I've had people straight up block me for saying that pansexuality is bisexuality. Bisexuality is not guaranteed to be pansexuality. Like, it is not guaranteed to be that way. But it is more, like, because people will go, well, pansexuality is attraction regardless of gender. It's like, yeah, but those people still have gender, and this is something I've said, and I've said that if I ever get quote unquote canceled for anything, it's gonna be this statement right here. Pansexuality, if you do not accept it as a form of bisexuality, is transphobic. Because just because you are attracted to somebody regardless of their gender does not mean they do not identify as a gender. And if they identify as a gender, you being attracted to them regardless of it does not mean you are not attracted to somebody who is that gender. So you need to acknowledge that gender of that person. And if you say that you are not attracted to gender at all in your sexuality, in saying that pansexuality is not bisexuality, you are dismissing their gender. Now, it is not an aggressive form of transphobia, it's not an aggressive form of bigotry, it's not an aggressive form of hate, but it is a transphobic comment. And I think people need to be aware with that, because, like, if somebody has a gender, they have a gender. If you are attracted to that person, you are attracted to that gender. Even if that gender does not weigh into your decision to be attracted to them, you are attracted to them. And bisexuality is simply the attraction to two or more genders. That's it. It is not specifying what genders, it doesn't do any of that. but you have to acknowledge that people do have those genders if they exist, if you're attracted to people beyond the concept of gender. I use bisexuality to describe my sexuality, though my sexuality is more in line with I am attracted to, Cleo and I described this attraction as attraction to fuck gender. We are like, and I think Cleo's of the agreement, though I don't want to say 100% that Cleo is exactly the same attraction here, but it is the idea that gender shouldn't weigh into your appearances. You should not be restricting yourself by gender stereotypes. You should do what you want to do. You should love what you want to love. You should take care of yourself. You should dress the way you want to dress because you like the way it is. You shouldn't be doing things because, oh, that's a guy's thing or that's a girl's thing, and that is the most attractive thing. Right, and that's kind of the thing. That was also kind of an interesting thing there, Rat. Like, empathy itself is for some reason viewed as a feminine trait, and I think that's part of why the world's ended up in the situation is. Empathy has been viewed as a feminine trait. So people avoid being empathetic because they don't want to be seen as weak, because for some reason feminine is seen as weak. And there's no basis for any of that. Unless you limit your thing to big strong man go war. It's like, no, that's not how any of that works. By the way, this is something, just because I'm seeing a couple people that do not have this assigned to their Twitch accounts, that is a really cool thing you can do. This fancy site here that Mari has just posted in chat, Alejo Pronouns, you can log in with your Twitch. You link it to your Twitch. You give it access to your username is pretty much all you end up doing. And basically what it will do is it will tell other people that you have certain pronouns, and it'll put it next to your name, and a lot of streamers have those names show up on their end so they can see your pronouns. Like right now, Rat King has no pronouns next to their name on my end. Neither does Mask, but Snow has she, her next to her name. Haley has they, he. Mari has she, her, mine has they, them. And it's just a really cool way to let people know your pronouns without them having to ask. It makes it very clear for other people who have them. It also lets people kind of know if they start seeing people with those in the community they're in, that they are safe and welcome, and it's a really cool thing. Yeah, it's been going around for about, I want to say 3 years that this existed. It's a browser extension. It doesn't work on mobile. It's just something somebody made to kind of help people out, but a lot of chat bots support it, have it built in as things. People who use Mix It Up can see it. Anybody with better Twitch TV, I believe, can see it. It's great. It's super useful, and it's just kind of a nice way to let people know it's there. But yeah, you just got to connect it to your Twitch, and that's it. You only got to do it once. If you ever update your pronouns, you can update them on there, and it'll change for everybody immediately, and it's pretty cool and super useful. I try to mention it whenever a pronoun conversation comes up, because I know a lot of people who are willing to have conversations about pronouns, trans status, things like that, are usually very accepting to the idea of making things more welcoming spaces. One of the hard things, and I would say that, well, not a hard thing, one of the main reasons I think I haven't grown as a channel is because I will always be, I don't allow any form of bigotry to sit in my chat. I don't allow any of it to exist in my Discord. I don't allow any of that, and I will leave communities that do allow it. Even if they don't intentionally allow it. If they're just kind of letting people in chat say things that are fucked up and they don't get in trouble, it shows me what kind of spaces that are being handled. So, if you ever see posts, this is just a funny thing, this is an adjacent thing. If you ever see posts in Cleo's chat, or about Cleo's streams, where they talk about the mods overreact to things, no we don't. I'm very quick to, I will block people from who use other social media. I will block people who have posted fucked up things in Cleo's chat. I will block people who simply say hello 4 times trying to get attention brought to them. It's one of those things. It'll show up usually in about a few minutes, I think.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so I can already see masks, so it doesn't take long. Yeah, exactly. It's the Nazi bar conversation. But I always find it funny. There was one comment. There's been some recent one, or there's been some that have popped up. I know one person went on Facebook to directly complain about me, and they were saying all they said was hi. I very quickly found out who that person was and found out exactly what their hi was. Their hi was saying hi multiple times, getting mad because it was hi at Zombie Cleo, which was against the rules because you don't need to tag Cleo and it's pointless. So it was getting auto-deleted, it wasn't allowing it through. And they were rude about why their message got deleted for I was just saying hi. It's like, it wasn't deleted for the just saying hi, it was deleted because you were told why it was getting deleted, and you kept doing it and you complained about it. It's like, you can't do that. Like, Cleo's channel has Cleo's name auto-held. You don't need, like, for doing at Zombie Cleo. Because what it does is it bypasses, so I'm gonna put this in an interesting way. The reason, Cleo, because a lot of people may not know this or think it's weird that Cleo has at Zombie Cleo as a block term, right? You can't post it in Cleo's chat. There is an interesting reason behind this. So a lot of people have seen the highlight my message, right? You know, highlight my message as a redeem, right? Highlight my message as a redeem makes your message light up, and it makes it like a glowy purple, right? When you at somebody, if they have Better Twitch TV installed, which Cleo does, and a lot of people have installed, it will highlight the message in red. So people adding you is trying to bypass the highlight my message redeem that Cleo's channel has already, to basically say, no, look at me anyway, right? And that's why we have it as a block term. You don't need to be adding the streamer. The streamer is supposed to be reading all of the chat anyway, right? You don't need to bypass things that are supposed to be like, no, look at me. You don't need to be doing that thing. So, adding Cleo is blocked. You can still say Zombie Cleo, you can say Cleo, it's all there. You just can't use the @ sign because that's weird. Oh, thank you, Mordic, for buying a pack. For anybody who doesn't know, right now I am doing a sponsorship with Realms of Pixels, which is a very Dragon Ball and 90s nostalgia anime-inspired game with way too sexual of outfits on their characters. However, it is making me money, and it's not the worst we've done. Puzzles and Survival was far worse as far as sexualizing the characters. Let's be real. But if you do !1 pixel, there's a link in chat. If you download it on your mobile device, that will help. Also, Rat, just so you know, your pronouns are now showing on the browser thing, so I can see them. So it's really cool stuff. Nice, Amoru. I like the characters I have. I keep rotating some of them out. I'm trying to increase their star levels, things like that. We're already up to, I think, about $240, though I guess with that 15, we're probably up to about $215? Or sorry, $250, which is really cool. Yeah, exactly, and that's the big thing. The highlight, the @ thing for highlighting is mainly meant for viewers when they're added by other people, but not on the streamers, and you can't do them there. Yeah, that's the big thing, is I will always be as transparent as I can with any sponsorship. I will do whatever I can for dollar amounts. A lot of streamers will not mention how much money they're making from their sponsorships, which I find, I understand, like, talking money can be a rough thing, but it's like, I do this full time. Those sponsorships are how I pay my bills. I don't typically do honorifics. The only one that we have on anything is Magus. Magus is actually the one I've come to use for my prefix with MG instead of Miss or Mrs. King and Queen is kind of weird. I like Liege. Liege is very gender neutral, so that one is I'm fine with. But I tend to use Magus for that, based on mage, magic, all that stuff. And I think I described this on Blue Sky. The reason I use it is not only because I like the concept that it is non-gendered, but with Your Majesty is a good one because of Katamari. But I like Magus because it abbreviates to MG, and I also explode violently when touched with water. No! Woo! No! Well, I'm here now. But no, I think it's just the whole thing. Another one. Oh yeah, no, that I got Cleo over to it as well. Cleo only still has wow. Cleo only still has a Twitter because of impersonators, given Cleo's popularity level. and possible deals with, say, like Creo or things like that, where promoting their stuff on Twitter is kind of a big thing. Clio has pretty much sworn off social media for the most part. Clio is slowly getting back into it, but after Twitter kind of fell, Clio's kind of been like, I don't touch it unless it's minor things. Which honestly, props to Clio, better for mental health. I use my time on social media to try and help educate people on a lot of it and things like that. I will stick to Blue Sky for everything. I do still monitor the other site on an empty alt, just so that way I can monitor attacks and hate speech and things like that. During the situation with He Who Shall Not Be Named, I spent a good amount of time, anybody who was very supportive of that person, seeing if they had Twitch handles connected to their name. If they did, they were blocked preemptively from Clio's channel, and a mark was put. It's just a lot of like, I use it for security purposes and to stop harassment campaigns and things like that. And I think it's very good to be able to preempt those things. I mean, I have 13,000 Blue Sky posts. Like, I have a lot. He doesn't deserve acknowledged. He doesn't deserve acknowledged. He fucked up, and people who support him are like every person I've seen that supports him is a right winger. Every single one. So, meh. They're not to be trusted. They're not safe. I think there is a level of ignorance, but if you're actively vocally speaking for support, then you have chosen to immediately do that. So, but yeah, Amaru, you're one of the people who hasn't done the pronoun thing. I get to call you out directly. Amaru, if you've not seen it, you can click this and you can add pronouns to your username, so that way I can see them. Crap! But no, I think it's very important to defend your spaces when you can. I take moderating very seriously, and I will always call out the stuff. We recently had somebody. So this is one I screenshotted the ban reason, right? Oh yeah, 100%, Rat, 100%. I agree exactly what you're saying. There's no such canceling is being held accountable. And that's all it is. It is being held accountable, and they use that word to make light of the situation, which is why I don't trust anybody who uses the word canceled to describe the situation they're in. If anybody ever says, I've been canceled, you can immediately disregard anything they're about to say. You could say, a hate campaign has been levied against me, lies are being told about me, but if you use the word canceled, I immediately know exactly the type of person you are, and that's just how that goes. But yeah, we recently banned somebody from Cleo's chat. This is somebody who said their first chat that Clio was in, they said hi 10 times in 5 minutes. Now I want to note, Clio's chat does have a chat message cooldown of at least 10 seconds in that stream that was going on. So they had to wait out those things. They were saying hi, they were doing their thing.
Oof.
Oh god. But they did this, and they were warned about this. They were warned to stop doing this, and they did stop eventually after being timed out for half an hour because we got tired of dealing with them, and they got marked, and we could see everything they posted. And then they never quite like did anything that felt ban worthy. But the ban reason we gave was literally, you're causing the mods to have to do 99% more work than any other person in chat is. You need to grow up. We're not letting you in. You need to grow up. That was it. And it was just like, you don't, like, mods don't need to deal with that. If you make a mod uncomfortable or you're making a mod's job harder, you shouldn't be in that community. You should not be towing a line. You should not be doing this situation where mods have to wonder. We've had people banned because like, oh, I know Clio, it's okay. No, it doesn't matter if you know somebody, you don't get to break the rules. Mods get to break certain rules, mind you. Mods can break rules that are like the no caps rule or things like that need to draw attention to something. Mods cannot break any bullying rules. Mods cannot use pet names on people. Which, the number of people who have been banned for pet names is way higher than you would think. Y'all just don't see them. Don't use pet names on strangers. And even if you know the person, don't use pet names. Don't use pet names on people. And if you don't know what a pet name is, it's hun, sweetie, dear, darling, things like that. Don't do that. Sweetie. Don't do that. We've also banned a lot of people for making weird comments about Cleo's VTuber model. Like, there's a zero tolerance policy in Cleo's chat. That's the thing. And a lot of people think they're in trouble when their message gets deleted in Cleo's chat. It's like, no, you're not in trouble if your message is deleted. Granted, the mods will probably pay more attention to you if your message is deleted and be wary of you, but you're not in trouble if your message is deleted. You're in trouble if you get timed out. Timeouts are a sign of in trouble. Message delete is like, nah, no, not no to this, you know. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, you're not in trouble unless something restricts you from talking. Every so often, though, people will get a message deleted and then they'll make a reference to, like, was it 1946, whatever that one is. They'll make references to that stuff and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Whatever that story is, they'll make a reference and it's just like, free speech doesn't apply here. You said a dick thing, we deleted it. 1984, thank you. Couldn't remember the year. I've got too many dates in my head lately. But it happens a lot and it's just like, really? This is the realm of conversation we're gonna have, you know, and it's just like, we've banned so many people. We've banned that I will say though, the people that have been banned typically also get found on Twitter because they'll say something stupid on Twitter about it and they'll complain, and they'll tag Cleo when they did it. This was happening a lot, right? Because of Blue Sky, people are existing again. But I have a fancy little memory when it comes to that stuff where I don't forget. I don't forget names of really weird offenders. I will forget a lot of names, but I won't forget weird offenders. Like somebody made a comment that was like, it was like happy something to everybody except the person who designed Zombie Cleo's model's chest. I was like, well, now you're banned. You're banned because one, that's a really weird comment to make. Two, Cleo signed off on it. And three, don't insult the artist. Don't insult the artist behind it, right? Like it was a lot, and they got banned, and they got banned from everything. And then they were posting on, they had messaged Cleo on Blue Sky. Granted, over a year later, they had messaged Cleo on Blue Sky. Now that they're on Blue Sky, and thought, okay, I'm fair to comment again. I just won't bring any attention to the fact that I'm blocked or banned or anything like that. And it's like, I just messaged Cleo. I go, hey, heads up, this is the person that was banned for making really weird comments about your chest and whoever designed it. And Cleo goes, and now they're blocked. Awesome. Like, you don't get a second turn at this, you know? You don't get to just pretend you didn't do it. If you had started with, you know what I said on Twitter was fucked up, I apologize, all this stuff, that would be completely valid. But you don't get to just pretend you didn't do it, you know? Overcorrecting on that is brutal. But yeah, I'm very vigilant when it comes to moderating. But speaking of the too many numbers to remember, the person who was doing the high thing that got banned for being annoying, the consensus was they're either too old to be doing this, because I will tell you this, they are probably 36 years old, which means they are too old to be doing what they're doing. And the reason I say they are probably 36, there's two ways I would know this. The number in their username hopefully means that they are 36 years old. If they are not 36 years old, it's a dog whistle for being a Nazi. So it was one of the two. So hopefully they were just too old to be acting that way. Yeah. It's like, either that number is your birth year or you're a Nazi, and there's not a middle ground here. And it was one of those, yeah, we're not gonna risk this. You're either too old to be acting this way, or you're, yeah. And it was just like, yep, nope, we're just gonna, oh, screwed that up. No! No, no, no. Oh. Well, like I said, it may not have been a dog whistle. They just may have been way too old to be acting this way. We don't know that they were. We don't know that they were a horrible person in that regard. It was just a thing that was in their name that could mean they are horrible. Like, listen. I had a worse one. And I will say this in English because it's not as bad. One of my old friends that I was on a server with, and this is before we knew that that their name had a dog whistle in it, had a very bad dog whistle in their name. They were born April 1st, 1988. They had 1488 in their username. They're in the UK. They had 1488. So 1488. Yeah, they didn't know, and I knew them I've known them for about 15, 16 years. It wasn't as well known to be a dog whistle then. And I just hit them up and I go, hey, I need to tell you this, and I don't think you are, and I'm not telling you are, but I think you need to know that your name has a really, really bad dog whistle in it. And rather than go into the details of what the dog whistle is, I'm just going to tell you that the numbers in your name, if you do a search for those specific numbers, are going to tell you everything you need to know. And before they even replied to me, their username no longer had that in it. It's like one of those, like, I am not fucking with that. And that's the proper reaction. Don't go, oh, I had no idea, and obviously doesn't mean that. It's just like, I didn't know. I am taking that out of my name immediately. And we will never speak of this again. Kind of situation. Just like, yeah, nope, that is no longer there. Because it's not hard to go, yeah, this is fucked up. I feel like if anybody ever mentioned it, you could go, yeah, it's my birthday. I had no clue. I removed it as soon as I was told about it. That's why it changed. You go, okay, cool. Moving on, you know? Like that's all it is. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing with the whole spam thing. That I think a lot of people also need to realize is when there is that many messages in chat, the streamer is going to miss things all the time, right? Like streamers are going to miss things. The more people you have in chat, like I miss things, and I don't have a busy chat. I don't have a small chat. I'm not gonna undersell how many of you are here, but I'm gonna miss things too, right? And it happens. People miss things. If it's been like 5 minutes, you can say your message again. But I'm gonna be honest. Hi doesn't deserve a response in a busy chat. You can say hi, and I'm sure the streamer sees it and likes that you said hi, but could you imagine if they had to say hi to every person that said hi in their chat? The chat would just be them saying hi. Nothing would get done, no conversations would be had, nothing would go forward. It's not anything against people saying hi, but the stream starts with hi everyone. Here's a rundown of what's going on, and it goes because it would be very unentertaining to hear hi, 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 hi. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Personal best. Personal best. Well, no, I think our personal best was up on this, but still. It's been so long. Okay, there. Nope. Stay. Okay. Not so much anymore, Beauty. I think a lot of people have stepped away from using that. Unless you're talking about the Hollow Redeem. The Hollow Redeem is fair. But I get what you're saying. Sorry, I made a separate connection before I realized what you were talking about. But yeah, I think people really lack that social awareness when it comes to like the volume of comments and stuff people get. It's also the same thing like on Cleo's videos. Somebody will leave a rude comment. And I moderate Cleo's comments. Cleo moderates Cleo's comments. We read all of the comments. And people will get very, very angry about things that happen. And I'll just go, do you really think that's something you should be commenting? And I had somebody, there was one recently where I went, I just want you to know that you almost got banned from Cleo's comments forever for this post. And they're like, who are you to say this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, chat moderator here. And Cleo goes, Cam's my partner in the replies. It's like, I had no idea, blah, blah. It's like, doesn't matter if you know. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you know who somebody is in a location they're in. Don't be an asshole to them. Don't be an asshole to strangers is such a weird, simple concept.
Oof.
I assumed that was gonna be connected. It was
Don't
not.
worry. Each fall makes you more resilient.
Bullshit! It does not. I have had the same fragility every time. I've been lied to. Yeah, that's kind of thing. If someone did tell you, you almost got banned for this, like I left it there because I had a feeling Cleo was gonna make an example of them. Every so often you will see me not delete something because I think Cleo will want to respond to it and call it out. And I haven't been wrong. Though I have had to unban people because Cleo missed the context of certain things. Like, they didn't. Like, there was context there. Or it was a misunderstanding thing. But it's just one of those things where, like, I've had to deal with so many different things to ban. I've had to deal with outright hate speech, bigoted comments. I think one of the most interesting ones is it was during the the King arc, right? The King Cleo arc, right? And somebody had said, no, Cleo should be a queen because blah blah blah, and it's like Cleo said king, that's all there is to it. And they were arguing, and it was just one of those like, if somebody tells you that this is their title, that's their title. And then they go, well, there's no such thing as blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you're a bigot. You're banned. Like, we're just getting rid of you. And it's like, that's why we've had interesting ones, because there's Zombie King is in Cleo's channel tags, right? On Twitch. And we also have Not for Bigots, which is also in mine, and a couple of the moderators for Cleo's stuff has Not for Bigots. Mine, Lee's, I think a couple others. But it's just a tag that I highly advise people add, because it's like, yeah, if you're bigoted, we're gonna get rid of you. Because I'm not a fan of how do I word this? I'm not a fan of the rule that people will put in their channels saying that no homophobia, no racism, no bigotry of any kind, blah, 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 being in your rules. Because I'm gonna be honest, if you have to put that in your rules, it's weird. Like, when it means the same as, hey, you're not allowed to break TOS here, feels like a thing you don't need in your rules. And it also feels like a bit of, trying to virtue signal almost when you say, hey, no bigotry allowed. Like, why would I think bigotry was allowed? Why would I think bigotry is allowed here? Which I made a comment on this on Blue Sky as it was a vague post referencing someone, but it's still important stance here. If you constantly talk about being cozy and comfy and a welcoming, happy place constantly, like, if that is a big thing of your message, but I don't see any trans positivity, any positivity towards any minorities ever posted by you, if I don't see any of that, it's a massive red flag. Especially if you ever make a religious post. I am not going to trust you. It's a red flag. If you post every so often about something religious, and you talk about positivity and being welcoming to all, but you never post supportive things of oppressed groups, and you don't show at least a little bit, I'm gonna be wary. I'm gonna not trust a single thing you say when it comes to that, you know? And this just recently happened with somebody who I'd argue is pretty popular. And it's just like, that's the final straw. You're getting called out for something, and then you post a thing about Jesus instead of responding to what's going on. I do not trust a single word you're gonna say now, ever. Like, you've red flagged yourself into a corner. Like, people called you out for some behavior that feels concerning, and I don't know, it's such a red flag, right? It's such a red flag, and it builds up. And there's nothing wrong if you are Christian. I am not gonna fault you for being Christian, but practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. If you're being a hypocrite, you're gone. If you're being hateful towards a single person and you're Christian, you're gone. Even if somebody were to straight up literally be worshiping Satan, and that is the antithesis of your religion. Even if it is somebody who is the antithesis of your religion is one of love and acceptance. And if you pull the hate the sin, not the sinner thing, you're preaching hate. Full stop, you're preaching hate. You can find it pretty easy, Hazy, if you spend a couple minutes looking at my blue sky if you really care, but it's not really vital. Because I've been talking with other people about it. Because people are directing their hate at the people who called them out for their lies, and it's like, there's more to this story than just the lies. Reports of quote-unquote doxing, when it's like, it's information that you wouldn't expect anybody over the age of 12 to post on the internet until they reach like 90 kind of stuff, right? It's that kind of stuff, and it's like, it's not doxing to share that, especially when it's something that you would assume they knew better, and that this must be fine to share. Like, somebody is getting accused of doxing for sharing somebody's email that had their username in it. Their first name followed by their username. Because their username is their last name. And they were claiming it was doxing to reveal that information. Like, why would you make your username your last name? Nobody... Ooh, that was a weird frame drop. Yep, I lost more frames. Something's going on with my OBS. But like, nobody would assume that it was really their last name. It's not a name that sounds like a last name. So revealing that didn't feel like doxing to the person who made the article, which they retracted as soon as somebody pointed out that that was their real name. But like, they're trying to claim that that was doxing. Like, it's not doxing. It's not doxing. Like, that is... You're calling out the wrong person here. They clearly weren't malicious in sharing that. And I think you'd have to be wanting it to be malicious in order to see that as malicious. There was a joke about it that Skulls had made in Discord. That it turns out Cleo's first name is Zombie and last name is Cleo. It's that level of... Why would you make that your username and then claim that somebody was doxing you by showing your email that is the same name, right? Right. I get not wanting that to be public, and I do think that sharing the flight stuff can be weird and creepy. It can be weird and creepy. And it may not be something you're okay with, but it's not doxing. And there's also no legal basis for calling that doxing because that is public stuff, right? And if I remember correctly, the person that was doing the flight information, like, all the stuff that was posted was not, like, live. It was, like, delayed by, like, an hour. maybe only a half hour, but it was delayed, right? So they were still being respectful, but also I think it was important to show all the frivolous like flights and stuff that celebrities take, and all these things that rich people take. They'll claim to be about the environment, and then they'll do stuff like that, and it's like the hypocrisy is worth calling out. And I think too many people put celebrities on these pedestals and view them as flawless, and it's like I like Chappell Roan. I like Chappell Roan's music, and I think she has said some great things. She has said positive things about the trans community, which is all great to see. I still have a lot of judgment towards Chappell Roan because Chappell Roan has promoted people using Gen AI for her. So Chappell Roan is on a bit of a shit list for me. Chappell Roan has shown some problems, right? Have a good one, Beauty. And I think if we don't acknowledge these problems, we run into an issue of putting these people on pedestals as though they are some sort of deity, and we don't want that, right? God, the space flight thing that happened is some awful people. Like, Katy Perry is an absolutely awful person. And nobody should be considering that Katy Perry isn't an awful person. If you don't know why Katy Perry is awful, I advise you to look up on your own all the problematic things that Katy Perry has done, including like abusing, literally including elder abuse type levels of problems that she has done. Okay? Katy Perry is not a good person. Do not support Katy Perry. Do not touch anything Katy Perry has done. Katy Perry is somebody you should avoid at all costs. But like threatening Wendy's now and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, no. That one is also kind of ironic, given Katy Perry just given Katy Perry's connection to the church as well. Now, granted, I don't think nuns are good people. I don't think a lot of nuns are good people, and that may be a bias caused by the media. But I've never heard a positive thing really about nuns, unless the nun is in anime, which is a very weird threshold to have for hearing good things about nuns. But my concern is all these people talking about how this is a huge step for women in space. Like, I'm pretty sure we still have an astronaut stuck in space right now that is a woman that we have essentially given up on saving. So what do you mean this is a massive step for women entering space? No. This is billionaires being billionaires again, and we need to stop paying any attention to anything billionaires do that's supposed to make them look cool. Or I guess triple-digit millionaires. I will not put millionaires on the same shit level as billionaires, but I will put triple-digit, like 100. Like, if you are over $500 million, you are definitely on the shit list of billionaires. Same category. Not all millionaires are bad. I know that a million isn't actually a horrible spot to reach for some people. You can also win it in a lot of ways. It might be an inheritance. It's all going to depend on how you're spending that money when it's in that lower thing. And also, $1 million $1 million will not, even if you spend on a normal poverty budget for your entire life, is not going to last you your entire life. So I will not fault somebody if they have $1 million. I will question how they got that $1 million, but I will not fault somebody if they are classified specifically as a millionaire, right? Because if you are poverty level, and we're talking like you're making less than 40,000 a year. We'll put it at 40,000. If you're living on 40,000 a year, right? Which is higher than a lot of people. It's higher than I live on. But if you're living on 40,000 a year, that will not last you. $1 million will not last you, right? Yeah, there's a good likelihood that you did step over somebody. But there is also, again, inheritances can be a thing. You can invest well if you got it from an inheritance. I'm not gonna say that you were inherently a bad person just because you have $1 million. because you have that money. There's a lot of ways you can acquire 1 million. Now, granted, if you start hitting like 100 million, you've definitely stepped over people. There's problems along the way. You're not putting it into other things that could help others. There's a lot of conversations to be had there, right? If you're hitting like if you're hitting 9 digits instead of just 7. I forgot to jump entirely there. Like there's reasons, right? There's reasons that somebody could hit millionaire status. There is not a reason you can hit billionaire status. There is 0 reason you can hit billionaire status. Yeah, that's a valid point too, Rat. That is a very... I've lost my ability to pay attention. I also... Can I move this? No. It's interesting, though. I can probably... Yeah, look at that.
So close.
I want to look around out here really quick. I appreciate that the lawn... This is a minor thing, but I appreciate that the lawn isn't level. Though that might be the weird little fisheye, but I don't think the lawn is level. Yeah, exactly. If you live in California, $1 million's gonna last you far... $1 million might last you 10 years. Just living in California. And that's not about overspending or anything like that, right? And I think that is a valid thing. But that's what I'm saying. If you live on $40,000, that's still 20 years? That's still not a living forever. Now, granted, that does give you 20 years to get extra money. But that's if you live on 40,000. My years might be a bit off. But then that's also things that could happen. Possibly paying off debts you have. There's a lot of conversations to be had about a lot of different ways that $1 million could end up spent quickly. Right, $1 million is something that is easily spendable in our lifetime. Not necessarily earnable, but spendable in our lifetime. And so I don't outright hate millionaires, not knowing where the money is coming from. I think if there is a possibility that has been done through shady means, though with the collapse of the middle class existing, it's more likely somebody died, you won the lottery. That's about it. If you have $1 million, somebody died, you won the lottery. You're not gonna join into that. These frame drops are killing me though. I do want to check out this tire, and that'll be our last thing, so I'm going to hit my little ending screen. I appreciate y'all chatting. These afternoon streams are definitely more of our chatting about a whole bunch of stuff, having conversations, and I find them to be a good chill vibe. I do want to say thank you again to everybody who came by and chatted. Thank you to Chameleon and Crystal for the raids. It does mean a lot. There was nothing there. But I do appreciate y'all. Y'all have been lovely and supportive and wonderful. As a reminder, there will not be a stream tomorrow morning. That is not something I will be capable of doing. The reason there will not be one is because I have to deal with family. It is Easter. While I don't really care about it, my family does, and I have to show my face about 3 times a year to prove I'm not dead. So I will send you on your way. I'm going to go take a shower and try and be nice and presentable for tomorrow. I am going to send you over to... I guess if we're playing a simple kind of weird indie game, I'm going to send you over to Wurzy. Wurzy is currently playing, I have no idea. Just says games and demos, so I don't know. Oh, why is this under games and demos? It's New Vegas. That's not indie. I'm sorry, we're not rating that. That's New Vegas. New Vegas is not games and demos. I hate when people do that. We're not rating that. I'm gonna send you over to, you know what? Lyra's live. Lyra is Cleo's model maker. And a wonderful, chill individual. She is playing Dragon's Dogma 2. If you are somebody who does get overwhelmed by voices, just as a heads up, there are 4 people chatting with Lyra at any given time. So you may hear more voices than you're comfortable hearing. So just as a heads up, the stream may not be for you. But Lyra is really cool and chill and a nice individual, and I'm sure she'll be happy to have you. That said, I will catch y'all next time. Thank you for hanging out. See ya. Love ya. Bye-bye. Also, here's my Discord.